Thank you for giving me opportunity presentation of GuideStar. My name is Eunhwa Chung. Let me give you a short summary of a presentation for your easy understandings. I cannot tell you this presentation is a representative of all of the Korean civil society, but information in here in order to serve useful reference on Korean civil society. In Korea, is great deal of interest and demand on transparency and accountability of NPO. So I will tell you why these are two becoming more important than ever by statistics and survey results. From 2008, GuideStar Korea has been developing comprehensive framework for information disclosure. It is called the Civil Society Information System, as you know well. And also, I will tell you CSIS. It is the making NPO register data and the stakeholders more accessible to information. And I will provide important thing how CSI will impact on in Korea, especially NPO self-regulation, focus on the transparency. At the end of the presentation, I will emphasize our achievement on advocacy for enhanced law as a result. What is the Korean civil society? To know the scope of NPO in Korea, actually NPO is called with a different way, like NPO, covered by law, not covered by law, also called NPO. And civil organization, especially based on the UN and NGO, also included in NPO. And the last, public interest corporation. Actually, its status is a tax exemption organization, and also they have an obligation to public announcement of a reporting document on their financial, on the tax national service. So there are two approaches to analogize NPO number. NPO covered by law and eligible for corporation tax returns. Approximately the number is 28,905 according to the Statistical Yearbook of National Tax. But voluntary organization, the number of its voluntary organization are not available. Indirectly, to figure out the number of NPO, please take a look at this slide. These logos are 26 administrative government bodies in Korea. Each body has own accreditation and regulation concerning NPO. So it's really hard to say what is comprehensive standard describing all NPO. But for example, in our case, the Ministry of Strategy and Finance gave an accreditation letter to us. With all together, I can say official data is unavailable, unfortunately. So I cannot answer the following questions: the number of NPO at the end of a specific year, and the number of NPOs during last 10 years, and the percent of a population, and the total sum of grants, and total sum of income donation scale every year, and total sum of asset scale of NPOs. Once again, I tell you, about 26 body has own regulation for NPO accreditation laws and operation law, so comprehensive public regulations are unavailable. And also, limited statistics prevent from describing the number of NPO in Korea. But I cannot say there is no any public law applicable to NPO transparency, because we have several Act. The title is Income Tax, Inheritance Tax, and Gift Tax, and Act on Correcting Spending Donation. These three are designated to improve collecting and these three acts are designated to improve NPO transparency, especially inheritance tax and gift tax is applicable to GuideStar Korea's main activity. For example, 2008 Ministry of Strategy and Finance regulates public announcement of NPOs report document on its website. So I'm going to tell you repeatedly after this one. The public announcement system of NTS has been working on crucial designation for NPO transparency. For last one, Act on correcting spending of a donation. This law basically focuses on the fundraising. Let me go deeply into the public announcement system. In fact, it is regarded as public regulation about Korean NPO transparency. Initiating body is National Tax Service like IRS USA, and on the website over 6,000 NPO registered data, but all of NPOs are not required to register. Only total asset 1 billion Korean won of NPO is applicable as of 2011. But the limitations still remain. Main function is just showing on the website. In other words, any person cannot download the data, also cannot copy the text as well, and also in printables. Anyway, this system only NPO data source with trust as of now. I needed to tell you emerging trends in Korean civil society. Recent surveys say main giving reason of donors come from first one, motivation from philanthropy, and the second, 28% of recipients cited recommendation from charities also main reason to giving. And then in opposite of the giving reason, non-giving reason is about 62% of recipients said unaffordable to giving other. In other words, it is economic matter, and the less interest in giving and the lack of trust also commended. Also for question, which element required to promote giving culture? Over 54% of recipients said noblesse oblige is very important requirements giving culture promotion. And the next, it is very important fact to us, financial transparency of NPO is also very important to promote giving culture in Korea. About the question, giving route, 47% of people said they use community foundation to donate. Actually, it means more the public want to know more about NPO. It appeared that transparency from the NPO are more demanding in Korean giving environments. So, I think information disclosed is becoming more inevitable part of NPO operations. So, on our website, we disclose the information, and also we recommend one of the best way conducting NPO self-regulation. So beyond the scale of assets, we think the published data is very important and a very good obligation, like organization data and the financial data and the program data. So if an NPO is transparent, it means open its information to the public. The public means donor, politicians, government, and funder, and other beneficiaries. And also, I cannot skip the accountability of Korean civil society. Recently, Korean civil societies are growing rapidly, but accountability standard has not yet been developed. But GuideStar Korea is now studying 5 initiating type of accountability. These are benchmarked from Charity Navigator USA, BBB USA, like that. Let me introduce the Kizin Foundation as a best practice about NPO accountability. Actually, this foundation have a good reputation on accountability in Korea. This foundation is setting for initiating types like internal control, external control, and information disclosures, and award from outside organization. I will show you in this slide how GuideStars work for civil society. As I told you before slide, GuideStar has accreditation from the Ministry of Finance and Economy in 2008. But in fact, GuideStar Korea began operation from 2004. At this moment, we contacted USA GuideStar for adopting information system. After 1 year, we participate in GuideStar Alliance annual meetings, so we were able to getting closer to the GuideStar Alliance connection. But 2 years, for 2 years, we advocate to Korean government the reason why Korea civil society achieved transparency through GuideStar. I heard that we had hard time to explain our cause to the government over and over again. Finally, last year, 2010, we launched updated civil society information system independently. I would like to emphasize international cooperation with the GuideStar Alliance. Without cooperation with the GuideStar partnerships, we cannot make it numerous achievements. I will say later. This is the organization. I will skip this slide. Anyway, now our board of director is 11 organization. Most of them is come from profit part. Fortunately, many audience in here, GuideStar system is well known due to the GuideStar's international contributions. So I'm going to give you a brief description on CSIS. In our systems, we regard 5 stakeholders are able to use system efficiently. First, NPO is actually come from this part. They input the data, and then the lawmaker, regulators, researchers, researching company, and the company with the corporate social responsibility and donor use the data from the CSIS by their needs and interest. But efficient use, the accumulation of data is required first. So we have 3 approaches for accumulation. First one is National Tax Service. NTS provides data on the public announcement website. 2010, approximately about 6,000 NPO published reporting document on its website. So, new law act from early next year, GuideStar Korea or any promising candidates can utilize data with the purpose of development of a civil sector. About new law, I will explain with our challenge at the last slide. And second, self-reported from. We had already 1,972 NPO data, but most of NPOs are small size and voluntary organization. Last approach is quite alternative, but only with a mountain of self-reported insufficient, not enough. So we have a plan to cooperate with a local government or a large size community foundation. How GuideStar's work as civil society, it is our achievement. 2010, we developed NPO information form. It's called F10 NPO. So according to F10 NPO, we do many research and we are planning to make a statistic to showing what is the Korean civil society and their activity and their reference. On our website, GuideStar.org.kr, you can see our civil society information system, and it containing contents like basic information, financial details, programmatic details about each NPO. Please visit our website to know more about it. This slide is my conclusion, how GuideStar's impact on Korean civil society. Actually, this law is quite related with our achievement. The new act will be added to Inheritance Tax Act and the Gift Tax Act. This law actually intended to improve NPO's transparency as a principle of self-regulation. So we hopefully expect that from 2013 we can answer the following questions: number of NPO at the end of the specific year, number of NPO last 10 years, and the percent of the population access to NPO, and the total sum of grants, total sum of income, donation scale, and asset scale of NPO. So it's like it. Thank you for watching me. If you have any question, visit our website and send email guidestar@guidestar.org.kr. Thank you.